Meanwhile, the Western Church struggled to create order out of chaos. A devout Italian monk named Benedict wrote his Rule, which became the standard for monasteries throughout the Middle Ages. Monasteries preserved the gospel during the Church's darkest days.
So we see that monasteries, they did not come until probably the 6th or 7th century, where people started to take the essence style of life and stay away from the materialistic things, never get married, and just stay and isolate themselves from the society. And that's why we have now monks and nuns. But that was not actually in the origin of the religion.
The Church saw its most pure-hearted pope at this time with Gregory the Great. He wrote volumes on Christianity and is considered one of the 4 great Latin doctors, along with Jerome, Ambrose, and Augustine. After seeing blonde-haired Anglo slaves in a Roman slave market, he sent missionaries to their homeland to preach the gospel, the first step on the long road to the conversion of what is today England. With the West in turmoil and the East entangled in theological disputes, neither was prepared for the latest threat that was about to overtake them. In the 7th century, Islam roared out of the Arabian Peninsula with lightning speed. City after city fell to Muslim control. 3 of the 4 seas in the East were now in Muslim hands, leaving Constantinople the lone city overseeing the Greek-speaking church. Islam's stunning success was due to a number of factors, but divisions within Christianity had weakened the church, making those areas vulnerable to attack. Islam made the dire situation in the West even worse. The barbarians had left Europe with no government, no army, no education, no law enforcement. Now, trade routes were cut off, currency dried up, land became the only thing of value. This gave rise to feudalism, a kind of caste system revolving around land, which created extremes of wealth and poverty and led to a perpetual state of war. Most people were certain it was the end of the world.
Now, as we see over here that in this video, they condemned Islam for taking over, and they say that they are, that they are a bad religion. However, many of these people that they turned to be Muslims in so many cities and countries at that time, they were actually Christians who followed Christ. And they believed that the Christ was only a prophet and that there is only one God. And these were the followers of Arius. And so it was very easy for them to turn to be Muslims, not because Islam actually forced them to be a Muslim. If we compare with what the Muslims did when they opened these cities and they took over or took the authority of these cities, and we compare it with with what the Crusaders did, it is really an ironic comparison, because Muslims did not kill women, did not kill children, they did not rape anybody, they did not cut any crops. However, if we look at the Crusades and what they did in the history, they were murderers. They raped women, they killed children, they took them as slaves, they killed the men, they stole the houses. They used to, whenever they're moving forward, they used to commit genocide and burn all the crops. So this city will not be built again. They took most of the knowledge of the Muslims, where the Muslims at that time, they used to be in the golden ages. The Christians were in the darkest ages. And so there is no comparison between what the Christians did and the Muslims. The Muslims actually spread civilization. They actually even respected the Christians. They never destroy any church. They respected also the monks and their knowledge, and they used, even like people used to immigrate to the Muslim countries so they can gain knowledge, and they used to have universities and schools where they teach different sciences. However, Christians, they did not have that.
Beyond the Muslim world, Nestorian Christians carried the gospel along the Silk Road, deep into Central Asia and China. In 635, they were welcomed at the imperial court in China's capital city of Chang'an, the largest city in the world at the time. The Nestorian Church enjoyed 200 years of success until they were wiped out in a wave of persecution in the 10th century. Thus, Christianity has been in China for as long as Buddhism has been in Japan.